This is Let's Talk Xbox, our weekly roundup of Xbox-focused news, where we talk about all the things that happened during the week, and I will tell you the most important ones that are relevant to your Xbox systems. Let's get into it. What is up, guys? Welcome back to yet another brand new Major Ben Gaming video. I do hope you guys are having an awesome day as always. Thank God it's Friday. I'm so happy to finish work for the week, and yeah, we can get to the weekend and carry on playing Starfield is what I'm personally going to be doing. But let me know down in the comments below what games you're going to be playing this weekend. But as I said quickly at the beginning of the video, this is our new series. We're doing Let's Talk Xbox. Every Friday there's going to be one of these videos where I do a weekly roundup of the news of Xbox that has happened this week, and it'll be posted on Friday and become a weekly thing. And I think I'm going to probably start doing Xbox voucher giveaways soon, so let me know if you want that down in the comments below. But without further ado, let's get into this week's news, and starting off with Forza Motorsport, which is actually going to be offering 3 Xbox Series X visual modes, including a 60 FPS performance ray tracing option. Now, this is a game I'm so excited for. I personally love the Forza franchise. I think I'm more of a Horizon fan, but I'm absolutely going to play the heck out of this game because I love cars. I love just the way you do things with cars and race cars, so I'm looking forward to this a lot. But as I said, there is going to be 3 separate modes, so we're going to have a little read here. So on Xbox Series X, Forza Motorsport will offer 3 visual modes: performance, 4K resolution, and 60 FPS. This is native 4K at 60 FPS. There's then a performance ray tracing option, which is 4K in race ray tracing, which is on track at 60 FPS, and in that mode it will actually dip as low as 1080p upscaled to 4K, but still you're getting a nice 4K output. It will have obviously a lower resolution. You're going to be able to tell it's not full native 4K like the performance mode is, but still it's an option, and it's something that is better than Gran Turismo. I don't like to console war, but this is something that gives this racer an advantage because it has ray tracing on track. This hasn't been done before on console, so this is huge. And then there's a visual mode where it's complete native 4K resolution with full ray tracing on track and 30 FPS. So that is huge for Forza Motorsport, really showing what the power of these next-gen consoles can do, or mainly the Series X. I believe the Series S is just going to have one mode, is like 1440p 60 FPS, which is great. That's a good resolution to have on the Series S. But let's just move on to the next one, because I don't think there's a lot more there to kind of say about that. Now, since the launch of Starfield, the Xbox Series S and X's sales have jumped up by 76% on Starfield's launch, which is obviously huge news. This Bethesda RPG was always going to carry a ton of fans that were excited about the game, and as you can see, the sales have jumped up massively. This is the game that we've all been waiting for. Not only was Starfield responsible for all these massive increase in sales, but so was the new Xbox Series S 1TB edition, which accounted for 24% of this. So that system, surprisingly, I'm kind of shocked that the new Series S is selling that well, because obviously there's been so much negativity around the Series S, well, since almost the launch really, with developers coming out and saying it's not powerful enough. I'm not a dev, so I'm not going to give my opinions on that. I just love the Xbox brand, and it's my favorite system to play on, and I play on the Series X. But I think the Series S is phenomenal for what the value is. You're getting into next-gen gaming. You are getting these next-gen games. Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 is a one outlier that people can actually say that game's not on this system, but all the other games are, and they do run, yeah, okay, they might be very low resolution or lower frame rates or whatever, but you are playing next-gen games for a very low cost. And I think the people who buy these systems do understand that that is this, you know, what you're buying into. You are buying a very low end. It's like buying, you know, the GTX 1060, the minimum spec that it's been the last few years. Obviously that's up now, but in fact it's better than that, because you still get a lot of games that, like, minimum spec on PC is something ridiculous like a 2080 Ti in some cases, and this thing is still running it. So I mean, it's pretty impressive that it can actually do any of those games. But for the next bit of news here, we've got Lies of P, the Xbox Gamepass release. This is coming obviously next week, a game I'm so excited for, and it is coming at 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern time, and 4 p.m., which is my time, on which is BST, and that's on Monday, September the 18th. So obviously this Monday coming, we are all going to be able to play Lies of P. Here's a little map showing the time zones that you'll be able to play this game in. Now, I am so excited for this game. If you haven't seen much about Lies of P, first of all, it's coming to Game Pass day and date. You'll be able to play it on that day on Game Pass, which is phenomenal. It's basically a kind of Bloodborne type Souls-like game. It's not obviously made by the guys who make Dark Souls. It's not From Software or the people who make Elden Ring and Dark Souls and stuff, but it is a very, very good studio that in the demos, this game is phenomenal. I've played the demo. It's brilliant. Graphically looks insane. Mechanically wise, it looks really good. And they've also done some cool stuff to kind of change rather than just copy Souls games. They've done their own kind of thing. And it is just a very interesting story, kind of what they're trying to push here from what I've played so far. So definitely recommend this. Very hard game, but definitely recommend you do check this one out because I think it's going to be a big hit because it looks insane. Now, going on to the next bit today, this is something we've got. The Microsoft and Xbox announced that there is an Xbox MasterCard, which basically allows you to get additional points when purchasing things from the Xbox store. So this is going to be launching, I think, beginning on September 21st. Personally, my personal opinion, this isn't professional financial advice, just to throw that out there, but I think never ever buy any MasterCards or any credit cards. I just don't like doing that because I've been in trouble with debt before with credit cards, and it's not good. I feel like you get a credit card, you've got like $5,000 on there or whatever, and you think, oh, I've got $5,000. You don't. You've got to pay that shit back with very high interest rates. So it's not good. So, and talking about interest rates, they are incredibly high on these new MasterCards. So if we just scroll down here, these are the points you could potentially get. Yeah, you could obviously do that. You can earn 5 times card points from various different ways. There's ways of earning points, but obviously you're going to have to pay this stuff back. If you're obviously paying off interest straight away or paying off the fees straight away, then fine. But I've heard these are like 20 to 30% interest rates, which are absolutely insane. So personally, sorry, there's a motorbike going past. Personally, I think stay away from this. I think it's something to just avoid always, in my opinion, but that's just my advice. Yeah, anyway, on to the next topic, which is talking about Starfield HDR issues. Now, very early on the beginning of the week, people were realizing there's a lot of HDR issues with Starfield on both PC and console. There was a multiple gigabyte patch this week that has fixed the issues with Starfield, among various other things. They added DLSS on PC, obviously, and that's great news. But they have fixed all HDR issues on console and PC, which is great. I think Auto HDR had a problem of being applied to like the Windows 11 version of the game, so they've actually fixed that now as well. So that's great news. It's good to see that Starfield, they're putting good support into Starfield already at launch, and this is something I just want to look at the patch. So Xbox Series X and S also had improved stability related to installations, various stability and performance improvements to reduce crashes and improve frame rate. All that money can buy, fixed issues. There's all these issues. Kind of scroll down. You've got all these things. Xbox boot of the game. Xbox. So there's so many various different issues here that have been fixed on this latest patch. As I said, including HDR being one of the big ones. That's the same article, Ben, you idiot. But yes, there's lots of things. Here you go, DLSS support as well, and obviously HDR fixes, which is the main one that I want to talk about here, because obviously HDR is very good. I like HDR, it looks amazing, makes games completely change the way they look. But the other thing with Starfield that I want to talk about here is earlier on in the week, Digital Foundry did a direct special where they talked about, could Starfield potentially run at 60 FPS on Xbox Series X? And kind of the answer was potentially yes. So what they did, Digital Foundry, I love their videos over there. I do enjoy watching the comparisons and stuff. I don't take it too much to heart like a lot of people do. They're like, oh, 1 frame better on PlayStation. It's like, yeah, brilliant, who cares? Like VRR sorts that out anyway. So I love Xbox because of features like quick resume between like tons of games. I love that. Gamepass is another feature. Like, those are the reasons I like playing on the Xbox ecosystem. But they did a video where they have actually a Xbox system on a chip without the GPU. So they have the CPU part of the Xbox. They then paired it with a very similar spec GPU. So they have the AMD 4800S desktop kit paired with a GPU that matches more close to the PS5's performance. And what they were able to do is they were able to get a pretty solid 40 frames per second consistently with up to 60 FPS in a lot of indoors area or slightly less demanding planets. There was a lot of areas where they got between that 40 to 60 FPS. Now, first thing they could do is they could just keep the frame rate unlocked and let us use VRR with the people who have it to fluctuate between 40 and 60 would be an awesome option. And also, and they did this at 1440p and 4K, by the way. And the second option would be to simply just do a 40 FPS option, like games like, I don't know, Ratchet and Clank have done. So that's definitely an option. Or they could start toning down various other features in the game, reducing graphics further, because a lot of these settings are like medium PC settings. Some are high, some are low, but they could reduce some a little bit further just to kind of even that out. And I'm sure with enough optimization and work put into this game, sorry, my dogs are barking, I am very sure that they could probably get this game to run at 60 FPS in many cases. On to the next game, or news, sorry, not game. We're talking about Xbox Game Pass. The core library of 36 titles has been detailed. Now, these are the 36 titles here. If you want to have a look through them, I'll quickly scroll. Do feel free to pause the video and have a look through these if you would like to. Some decent ones here. Obviously, it's not going to be as good as the full Game Pass library that we all have, but this is, you know, a very low-end tier with the 36 core titles that have been confirmed as of now. And here's a little image so you can see what that's going to be. I'm actually not sure what the Game Pass core is. Should we have a look? Core Game Pass price, because I'm not sure what it's going to be. I know it's just replacing gold. Okay, so no price changing. So if whatever you'd pay for the standard gold would be what you get with these games now. So that's actually quite a good deal. I think that's pretty decent. You're getting a good amount of games there, which is nice. So yeah, on to the next bit. So Unity rushes to clarify price increase plan as game developers fume. Now, earlier on in the week, there was some news around Unity. Obviously the engine Unity is what some devs use, and this was going to kind of cause a problem for, funnily enough, I heard it was only going to cause a problem for Game Pass, but no one was mentioning PlayStation Plus and the fact that they have a similar service, which PlayStation fans constantly say that their service rivals Game Pass, but apparently this wouldn't affect them anyway. So their developers, or the Unity, sorry, the engine that developers work on, they were going to start charging the developers. And as you can see here with Unity's new plan, developers who use Unity's free tier of development service would owe Unity 0.20, so 20 cents, whatever it is in the US, pence in the UK per installation once their game hits a threshold of 200,000 downloads and earns 200,000 in revenue. And then you just have a read through this. Basically, they will have to pay a fee for how many people played the game. So when they got over a certain amount of players, they'd have to pay a fee. Now, obviously, if a game was on PlayStation Plus or Game Pass, both of those services, lots of people, more people would be downloading games due to the fact that they don't have to pay for these games. They have them on Game Pass. Now, that means developers would have to start paying a ton more money to Unity. But from what it sounds like, they are perhaps going to backpedal heavily on this because, yeah, they're rushing to clarify and go into detail a little bit further. So, just a terrible move from them, really. It's not consumer friendly or developer friendly. And to be honest, Unity's dropped downhill so much, and I think people are going to even start using this less now compared to what it was before. But that was something, if you want to look into that further, then absolutely do. But I don't want to say too much more on that because I don't know enough about development to judge this, but it seems very negative from just taking it at face value. But I also have a very quick update. I actually didn't know this was going to be happening, but there is a Tokyo Game Show on the 21st of September at 6 p.m. So just so you guys are aware of that, it's something that is happening. Phil Spencer on the Xbox Instagram account has just come out and kind of reminded people and talked about it, that they're really trying to push into the Japan area, and he said the future is bright for Xbox in Japan. So this is huge news. Hopefully we're going to start getting a lot of the games that are developed over there coming to the Series X platform, because there is a large group of people who do enjoy those games. So just wanted to add that in there because I just saw it on the Instagram page now. If you do want to read through this, I'll leave it there. You can pause for a second just to read through it, but this is something that's happened, and these are the times here. It doesn't say what my time is, but I'll have to calculate that, and it's one I'm certainly looking forward to watching. So yeah, just to add that in. The last bit of news I want to talk about today is finally Star Wars Jedi Survivor Performance Patch has been released to both Xbox consoles and PlayStation 5 as well, and the Series X version is the better performer. There are various issues on PlayStation 5 with the 60 FPS mode. When you're running through water, it kind of drops massively to like 14 or 10 even frames per second. But to sum things up, basically it's a locked 60 now with no issues on Xbox Series X on the 60 FPS mode, and it's practically the 30 FPS mode is barely changed. It's pretty stable, but obviously if you're not playing on the 60 FPS mode, then you're really missing out. So this is 60 FPS locked the whole time now, and it looks so much better than it's ever looked before. No stutter issues, nothing, no problems. And if there is the odd frame drop, which there really doesn't seem to be many, you've got VRR if you have a VRR display, and to be honest, it's pretty much a locked 60 anyway. So that's fantastic news. Don't know why it took so long. What they did is just remove ray tracing from the performance mode, and naturally those performances are going to go up. Don't know why it took them so long. They've actually upped the detail though. So although they've removed ray tracing from performance mode, it's still in the 30 FPS mode, but they removed it from performance mode. What they have done is they've actually upped some of the settings to match higher, like PC specs. So they've gone with like adding in extra terrain and stuff. There's more grass areas, bushes are showing further distances and stuff. So by all means, watch the Digital Foundry video. That's always detailed and you can find out lots from there. But that's it for today. So let me know what you thought of these new styles of video. I'm going to do one every Friday with the weekly news roundup. So I hope that's good for you guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Please like, subscribe for more Xbox news coming soon. And we're going to have another video out on Tuesday. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.